welcome. Joining me today are two very exciting individuals from Malayalam cinema. I have Mahesh Narayan and I have Fahad Fasil. Of course, we're talking about the thriller Malik, which will be releasing very soon on Amazon Prime. Hello and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for it. Thank you.
Hi, whenever us fans know about Malik, we know that the two of you intended it for it to be a theatrical experience, and for it to shift to a digital experience has been quite a compromise for you. So I want to talk to you about how you're coming to terms with that. I'll start off with you, Mahesh.
See, more than a compromise, I think it's a need of an hour because there is a. I constantly feel that there is an expiry date for a particular content, and it's been almost like a year and a half since the film is ready. So the film got ready by February 2020. Supposed to release last 2020 April, and now we had 3 release dates afterwards, but we couldn't fulfill those dates because of the pandemic situations. Now, now it's I think it's high time that people should watch the film, and Amazon is a great platform since it's reaching out to 240 countries and people across the globe are watching it all together on the same day. So I'm happy for that. So yeah.
Fahad, you wrote such a touching letter. In fact, that letter revealed so much more about you than the rest of us know. You've been a very private individual. So I felt like, this decision to release Malik on OTT, to kind of make the transition from a theatrical to OTT for Malik really touched you in more ways than one, which the letter reveals.
That's right. See, even while I was doing all my other OTT releases, See You Soon or Joji or Iru, it gave me a sense of, yeah. So it gave me a sense of security that Malik is there, and to be very honest, the wait has been too long, it's been 2 years and, Mahesh and I got to a point where we cannot move on unless people see Malik and what we want to know what people think about Malik for us to plan something ahead, So, at one point we decided, like Mahesh said, there is an expiry to every narrative. Sometimes when you watch your own films, which is like 3 or 4 years old, you see all your mistakes and, you keep thinking, oh my God, why did we do this? So we didn't want that age thing to bother us about Malik. And we wanted to look at the best way to have a, exhibition for Malik. And I think Amazon is the best choice now. And, like Mike said, it's around, we're streaming around 240 countries and it's a world premiere. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward. Yeah.
From what I know, Malik was supposed to be your first film together, right?
Yeah, true.
Why did it take so long for it to materialize on screen?
So that's what the film says. The film is somewhat big, and for a filmmaker like me, like I'm an editor, okay, of course, but being a newcomer as a director, it takes some time to to get all these finally there should be an investment which is to be put on a film like Malik, and so that's why the wait. And so at times I realized that the reception of Takeoff actually helped me in putting this project all together, and then creating this environment and making this film happen. So that's the wait. Yeah.
You've mentioned that Fahad and you are friends first, and then the director-actor relationship comes in. Fahad, for you, despite Mahesh being a friend, from the kind of choices that you've made with your films, I don't think you'd be working with him unless you had complete faith in him as a filmmaker.
I mean, not just with his craft. I mean, he excites me in every which way. And, we moved to the city together 10, 15 years back, and, so we literally grew together, professionally and, otherwise. So, I don't know if you're aware that my next film, Malayan Gunja, Mahesh is writing. Yeah, yes. Mahesh is writing and he's a cinematographer for the film.
Oh.
So for me, it's exciting to see my friend grow and explore all this. And, and it's not that he's not good at these crafts. He's like too good at these crafts, So I'm just fortunate that I get to do all this with him.
I have followed both your filmography and your work. And one thing I find in common is I can never predict where the story is going in either of your films. Even if it's a genre that I'm familiar with, like thrillers, because I've watched so many thrillers, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea where the story is going. So, is this kind of unpredictability factor something that ties the two of you together?
I think we need to experiment on explore on what is new. This was already there in Malayalam cinema. Like, if you look at 80s
Absolutely,
Malayalam
yes.
cinema, it is already there. Only thing is that now the visibility is more. So now we are more cautious. Like, every time when we like bring an idea together, then we think about it like, okay, this is going to be watched by people all around, like at least throughout India. So at least we have to fulfill those kind of people. So that in that manner we are very cautious right now. And whatever we have tried and done, we don't want to repeat it again. So
Yeah.
that's the basic thing. Yeah.
What would surprise people, you think, about the making of Malik?
I like, it is a honest film done from my heart. So whatever, if you look at my past films, like, whatever I've done, whatever I'm telling is basically on the kind of ideas which hit me, which has to hit me hard. So which will stay with me for a long time. So unless and until I don't start writing a film, I ask myself a lot of questions whether I should make this film, I should do this film. So that is the only reason. Like, if people could relate to them, then I'm so happy. And then either ways, if they can, if I could engage them throughout the viewing experience, then also I'm happy. Something, if they can take it back to their houses, then also I'm happy. So in this case, if some repeated viewing is happening, like people are going to watch it again and again, then also I'm happy. So, like, I'm happy that, I could finalize a film and give it to the audience. So that's why I'm telling you, like, too much weight is further weight is actually like, scary for us. Because we need this to reach out to the maximum number of people as early as possible.
I think there's just the right amount of hype. I need to kind of reassure you. There's a right amount of hype for Malik. I know I'm waiting for it. Perhaps, like he said, there are some questions that he asks himself before making a film. What is it that you ask yourself before signing on a film?
I don't ask myself anything. I just feel like doing something for the first time again. It's, more than anything, more than the character or anything. For me, what's important is I look at how the story is told. What different filmmakers use different techniques to narrate their story. So for me, it's that. That's the key thing for me to get into a film. Yeah.
For my favorite genre is Fahad Fasil films. What is Fahad's favorite genre?
Comedy.
Comedy, okay. I
Yeah,
like your
yeah.
thrillers more because I'm not, but you did some great comedies with Nyan Prakashan and even that very difficult film, Tonda.
Thundi Mudalam Drisakshi.
Yeah.
Tondi Mudalam Driksakshi.
Correct. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
also excellent. Of
Yeah.
course, Mahesh, when it comes to a story like this, which is perhaps loosely based on a true story, definitely rooted in truth, is the message to tell a story, or is there also some activism involved in the story?
See, I think right now, what the people right now, people are lacking is resistance. So in one way, this is a kind of resistance what I should convey to people, like my way of resistance, like, how things are getting represented. So like, I'm like, as I always say, something which touches my heart, I intend to I have an inclination towards that. But at one stage, I think that, every filmmaker has to have a freedom, like, to tell a story in an honest way. So in that manner, I always consider that's why I took a fictional place. So people could relate, anything which is happening in the current scenario also could be relatable to this film. So interpretations can happen. So that should come, and discussions should happen. So in that way only every filmmaker will grow. I think that's the only thing. Yeah.
I want to take one word from there, freedom. The freedom to tell your story. And I feel like that is there in Malayalam cinema also because of the government, which doesn't interfere in the kind of filmmaking that you do. Do you find that to be true, that Malayalam filmmakers can speak their truth to power? And because of that, there's a kind of honesty in their films.
So ultimately, Malayalam cinema is not controlled by the Malayalam government. Like cinema is controlled by the central ministry. So now the CBFC rules are all like, coming in such a way that like, I don't want to get into controversy, but
Absolutely,
this new amendment, which is actually scary for us, because at any stage of a film's life, people can actually recall and then redo the censorship, and all. That's the ultimate scariest part what filmmakers like us are facing right now. I've never gone through that process, but there has been a process where where there is a committee which is actually a a tribunal where we could actually defend, but now it's all torn apart and now it's all left to the courts. So it's a scary situation right now. So I don't know, like since you said Malayalam industry is it's a good area to produce films and make films, the content what we desire. That's because producers don't interfere much in our kind of way of content, because there are only independent producers working here. So they work out of trust only. So that's why we could create whatever it's feeling honestly to our hearts, we could produce those contents. But sooner or later, I don't know, the exhibition methods are all changing. So let's wait and see how this is progressing. Yeah.
Well, yes, Neil, a lot of filmmakers have experienced their reservations about the new law, which says that if you feel that something is threatening the sovereignty of the state, even after being certified, a film can be recalled. That is definitely a scary scenario for everyone. Fahad, you're an actor, a prolific producer as well. How do you view this new law that is taking shape?
See, like, again, I don't want to get into any kind of controversy, but again, see, I would just say that I think it'll give more clarity if you give the artist freedom to do what they want to do. I mean, that is a key factor. And artists should be given the permission to explore, or write, or behave, or paint, or do whatsoever he or she wants. So I think restrictions on such things are, I don't think it's a great thing to do at this point.
Well, that's very well said, and that is true. Restrictions do not help art grow. I will let you go, but before that, I know you've been keeping Malayan Kunji under wraps, your next film that he's writing. So what genre is it going to be? Can we know?
It's a human drama. We've done finished halfway through, and we are waiting for the government permissions to come and to come back and resume shooting. We're waiting for that.
All right, excellent. I'm looking forward to what the two of you have. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure for me.
Thank you, Shilpa.